fitting the ribs into the slats now. The L angle is drilled and riveted in place with the exception of where the 3 ribs go. So what I've done is I went ahead and pre-drilled with a number 40 the center rib, and we'll get that one installed, clamped in place, and clecoed in place, and then we'll go to the outer ribs. Once your L angle's all riveted in place, you go ahead and have to have your slots cut for your rib mounting brackets to slide through, and it's time to mount your ribs. Zenith says to mount your center rib first and then do your 2 outer ones. I think that's probably a lot easier on the kits because I'm assuming they're all match drilled, so everything will lay out pretty well. If you're just trying to manhandle it in and get this first one lined up to drill and cleco it, it's a little bit tight. I think I found it easier to take just a couple of Irwin clamps and to start forming that radius in the bottom to match the ribs. If we run our front and rears through and then just clamp them in place to start giving it that radius. You've at least started your radius, so it's a little bit easier to get that in position. Well, we're working on the slats again this morning. Got the ribs riveted in place to the bottom portion of the skin up against the L angle. They're positioned. To roll these over to try and get them aligned along the rib, what I do, or what I've done on the first one already, and I'm going to continue to do so, is I've actually pre-drilled the rib, and then I go in with a hole finder through the outer skin and locate my number 40 holes that way to get them in position. That seems to work as well as anything else that I've found to try and align those holes and get them lined up, because these ribs have got a pretty tight curvature to them and it's fairly a small setup, so that works pretty well so far. So that's what I'm going to do, is go ahead and pre-drill them. Alright, once I've got them pre-drilled, a little modification to the slat jig. Had to cut slots for the mounting tabs to go down through to hold that in position so they line up with these bottoms. So it's down in there just like that. To strap them down, I just use straps. Most of them are from Home Depot, and I've got kind of a menagerie. I got I think 4 or 6 of these ratchet straps from Home Depot when I started skinning the wings. I've actually taken the hooks off of the ends, like that end mounted on that end of the table. I just got it wrapped around a 2x4, the 2x4 screwed down to the table. So that anchors them to whatever length I need. This end, just some strapping that came off some other ratchet straps. I actually just screwed them into the end of the table. And when I get done mounting stuff, I'll take them off. That way I can reposition them wherever I want them. This has worked pretty well for me so far. Duplicate these holes. The top holes in the 3 ribs are the hardest ones to locate, it seems like. And I've had pretty good luck taking a strap duplicator. And we'll just do that through all of the ribs. And that's the way I strap down and rivet those. I do still have to go back and locate the top hole on each of those three to get the radius coming down with the board on it to hold it. It's hard to get it going. I found on the last one that it was easier to go ahead and do the rest of them, and then take out one side, go back and do that, put the cleco in, move to the center, and then go to the outside and do that. So that's what I'll do, and then this portion of that rib is done. It'll be ready to flip the jig over, set it down in, and go ahead and put the trailing edge on and drill and cleco it.